Well, the longest tenured member of the St. Louis Blues decided to call it a career today. Forward Alex Steen announced his retirement because of lingering back injuries, and our Corey Miller is here now with more. Corey.
Thanks, Mike. After 15 seasons, 12 of them here in St. Louis, Alexander Steen decided to retire this morning on the same day he and his wife welcomed a new baby boy back in Sweden. Steen has been an integral part of the Blues organization since the team traded with Toronto for him back in the 2008 season. He scored 195 goals for the Blues in 12 years, was a key two-way forward, and was also one of the most vocal leaders in the Blues locker room. Steen had 5 points during the Blues run to the 2019 Cup and had 2 playoff OT winners in his career as well. But after more than 1,000 games, the hockey life finally took its toll on his back.
You know, you can play 1,000 games in this league different ways. He didn't play 1,000 easy games. He played 1,000 hard games, and you know, he did all the small detailed things that increase the wear and tear on your body.
The Blues have now lost veterans Jake Allen, Alex Pietrangelo, Alexander Steen, and of course, in all likelihood, Jay Bouwmeester this offseason. So it'll be up to a new group to take on some more leadership roles. Mike, back to you. The Blues team that hits the ice when the NHL does resume play is going to be missing a few guys who had become staples in this town. No Alex Pietrangelo, Jake Allen, or Jay Bouwmeester, and now no Alexander Steen, who announced his retirement earlier today. Steen played more than 1,000 games in the NHL and spent 12 years in St. Louis. However, in the end, all those hits on the ice took their toll on his back. Steen only played in 4 postseason games this past season due to injury, but as a Blue, he filled whatever role the team needed him to fill that specific season. And when it came time for him to take the back seat for a title run in 2019, he was more than willing to do what was best for the good of the team.
He wanted to be the guy that was playing 19 or 20 minutes a night, but that never superseded his desire to be part of a championship and winning team. And when you saw the sacrifices that he made that in 2019, allowing players like Schwartz to grow, allowing players like Tarasenko to grow, he was the voice that was telling everybody that if we all sacrifice a little, we'll all have a memory for a lifetime. And I'm so happy that he does have that memory that I hope will last he and his teammates the lifetimes.
The Billikens are back in action tonight at home against the North Carolina State Wolfpack. It's a second of 3 games in 5 days for the Bills as their schedule starts to get a bit more challenging. It's going to be somewhat of a reunion tonight at Shea Fitz Arena as NC State's Manny Bates is Yuri Collins' cousin, and Wolfpack star Jericho Helms is a St. Louis kid himself who was a superstar prep player at Chaminade and played against Jordan Goodwood and Collins on the court in high school. Helms' high school coach knows tonight should be a fun one for Helms and St. Louis Hoops fans.
They're going to be playing a great SLU team and with a whole bunch of local guys too, and so it's going to be fun to watch. You know, he's played against Yuri Collins and Goodwin and all the guys, so it'll be like round 3 or 4 for them going head to head, so it'll be fun.
Priory High School has a new nickname, the Ravens. The school announced a change earlier this week, casting away their old nickname as the Rebels. Priory, a Catholic school, said it turned to Bible mentions of the bird in its choice as a new mascot, and that it hopes the new name helps inspire selfless dedication. And finally, 5 years ago tonight, the St. Louis Rams played their last game in our town, often dubbed the ketchup and mustard game because of those unsightly uniforms. The Rams beat the Buccaneers 31-23, led by Case Keenum and Todd Gurley. And then, not even a month later, it became official that Stan Kroenke was taking the team back to L.A. But 2021 could have some good news. The Rams are taking on Kroenke in court, so we'll see what happens there.
It's going to be interesting.
If you're going to fill in for Frank, you got to do a Kroenke bash.
The last and only time SLU and North Carolina State saw each other on the basketball court, the Billikens came away with a 3-point overtime win in the 2014 NCAA tournament. Now, the Wolfpack are back in town tonight with both teams looking to pad their tournament resumes for next March. SLU enters this game still undefeated and has mostly decimated opposing teams so far. They'll get a tough test tonight, though, from one of our town's own. Former Chaminade star Jericho Helms may be the most talented player on the Wolfpack roster, and his high school coach says he's only seen him get better and better during his time at NC State.
Jericho is a worker, you know, and so with that being said, he's also got the skill set of we call them Swiss Army knives. You know, they're just good for everything, you know, and so he can get you a bucket off the bounce, knocking down open looks in the post, off of cuts, a variety of different ways. And so what I think you've seen over the course of time is those ways being enhanced.
The longest tenured player on the Blues roster called it a career today. Forward Alexander Steen retired from professional hockey due to lingering back issues. The Blues said Steen has multiple levels of degenerative herniated discs of his lumbar spine. Steen played more than 1,000 games in the league, scoring 195 goals and notching 301 assists for the Blues. And of course, he helped the team win its first Stanley Cup in 2019. But GM Doug Armstrong said Steen's biggest value came off the ice.
Steener became the spokesman really in the locker room. He matured and became the voice of reason, someone that I could trust as a manager to get the organizational message, but more importantly, the coaches could trust.
Mizzou basketball will have to wait a bit longer to follow up its impressive performance in bragging rights. The team announced today their Friday game against Prairie View A&M was canceled due to COVID concerns within the A&M program. The game is not slated to be made up. The Tigers return against Bradley on Tuesday. That'll do it in sports. Back to you guys.